Alright, so we're back, hopefully. Somebody wants to help me out. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear us. Alright, sweet. Now, hopefully this will work. We were trying to run the stream on Wi-Fi, which we have fiber internet here, so it shouldn't have been a problem. But we kept seeing tons of drops and whatnot, so we just ran a super long Ethernet cable through our entire apartment to see if that helps. Okay, yes, my producer slash fiance slash cat ran the cable. Alright, that is still really tight. Which, yeah, no, I don't want it to be that tight. Oh, that's not the one I cleaned. That's a little bit better. So maybe we'll see once I stick an adjoining piece in there how easy or not it is to get it out. So now we're going to clean these mold lines from the top. And we're going to need another cap in this section, so I'm going to file this down as well. And same on the other side. And I like to do a fingernail test and just run my fingernail across and see if it catches on anything. And sometimes it can be helpful to take a razor. You do want to be careful with these. It is very easy to cut yourself. Just kind of run that along. And that'll file down anything that's still poking up. Alright, so let's see here. We got... this one had doors. Now we're going to file the inside of that doorway. There's a seam in there. We need that door to be able to open and shut. Seems like the Ethernet cable did the trick. I haven't dropped from my side since. Kudos, cat. Alright, so the whole thing with the door system, which I'll need to clean that up, but this just sits in like that, and then you put glue on the underside of the hinge, and then that snaps in over it, and then your door should work. So let's go ahead and clean up those parts. We'll go ahead and put that door together. And then we had clipped two hinges off. On the underside, they seem to be the same. They just have different plaques on them. So it looks like they're interchangeable. And shave that off. And right here. And just run this file, clean that seam to help make sure that you can open this for your games. Alright, let's give this a shot. Alright, we got that seated. Wait a minute. I'm going to check the other hinges. I'm just noticing the pattern in here. I want to make sure I'm using the right hinges. So there's no hinge. Oh, nope, I lied. There's one over here. So that pattern looks the same. That pattern looks the same. And there's no hinge on this one. Alright, so those are all the same. I'm just being paranoid. So just paint on some of our glue. And then very carefully drop that into place. And press down firmly. And there we go. We got a working hinge on the door. So let's go ahead and clean the tops of that after we put this pillar in place. And just press down firmly. Clear out those nubs. And file. Oh no. Sorry, say again. What am I using? The file? Oh, the smell. It's the plastic leader smell. You love it? Oh god, we got a glue huffer over here. Somebody didn't pay attention to their 90s PSAs about drugs. So maybe that's how you can trick your significant other into helping you with your Warhammer hobby. Just see if they like the smell of glue. And speaking of glue, I'm going to apply some more to this. I don't think I quite had enough. And then it popped off. There. Now we have absolutely slathered it on. And that should be good. Alright, so that door can go over there for now, so can that hinge. We wanted to clean the other cap. And that cap is clean. And we'll do these little side columns. Alright, so those would sit together like that. Or actually, there specific ones for specific sides? I didn't think so. Oh yeah, so interesting. So certain side caps do go on certain sides. You can tell by the bottom grabbers, for lack of a better word. On this side, they're in the appropriate orientation. But if I try to put this end cap over here, oh, well, technically that kind of works. I don't know. It feels like it fits better over here. So that's where it's going to go. Yeah, then when I put the other one, yeah, those just look like they slot better there. So now they say not to glue these in place, which the reason being is you could take, this wall and stick them together like this and just have like a super long wall. So I will resist the urge to not do what they tell me. And that slots in like that. Yeah, it's not bad. Now, I did sand a lot from this side, but it makes it so much easier to get that cap off. And honestly, when you're playing, like, this isn't going to come apart. So I'd rather have it easier to take apart and reassemble. Oh, that is still super tight right there. But not as bad as it was originally. So I'll fidget with that later. The last thing to do for this type of sprue, though, is these column sections come with these little detail bits that you can glue on there, so it's just not a bare wall. And actually, let me see if I can show you in the instructions. Yeah, so this page right here, all these little grubbins you could just kind of stick wherever you want on these pillars, so that, it's just not bare little detail grubbins. Let's go ahead and do these. So that'll end up looking like that. And honestly, you could probably double up if you wanted. For now, I'm just going to do the one and then see how many I have left over, and I might go back in and add some additional. Like that. And now I don't want to bother with the sticks right now, but I'll be able to put these this side down on the sticks, and then make it super easy to paint these as well. So for now, though, they can go in the box. So that they're out of the way, we can put these caps in the box. And now for these guys, what I was thinking of doing is running some masking tape over this so that this connection doesn't get thickened, or gummed up rather. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll worry about that later. Let's kind of switch over to more assembly line mode, and we'll go ahead and just get everything off the screws. So that we're not starting and stopping. So while I'm doing this, what I was thinking about as far as painting goes, like if you look at reference photos from, say, the inside of a submarine or, any sort of naval vessel, a lot of times, like, their corridors will all be painted like one color, just one solid color. And then through wear and tear, the metallic that's underneath, when the paint gets scraped by somebody carrying something down the hallway or whatever, that underlying color will show through. So I'm probably going to kind of use that same methodology with this, and really just kind of paint everything one color. I'll probably use some enamel products to do some chipping. Probably the Ammo by Mig worn chipping effects. I might make a video for that. But that'll let you do the chipping really nice and easy, and then go in and all of the broken screens and broken lights and stuff. Go in and do that detail work. But getting that one initial base coat down and then doing the chipping, I could do a lot of that just with an airbrush and really speed through a lot of this stuff. So that's what I was thinking of doing. I did watch when Into the Dark first came out, Guerrilla Miniature Games. Ash Barker did a really good video on how he does his terrain in a day to get it done. And it was somewhat similar. He used a two-tone sort of zenithal base coating method, but he did it with rattle cans so he could speed through it. And then he went in and did some of the details. And I think he said it took him roughly 8 hours. So we'll see if I can hammer it out in roughly the same amount of time. All right. Yeah, sometimes it can be hard to resist the urge to sort of like, yeah, clip out, just one piece, work that piece, move on, clip the next piece. Uh, it'll save you a lot of time if you can just get everything off the sprue, then do all your cleaning. It's that whole efficiency of not having to pick up your tool and then set it down and pick up another tool. Just kind of get everything you need done all at once. So that's what we're gonna do. Just keep on clipping. One thing, so that I can keep talking while I'm doing this. So the new boarding action terrain set is crazy expensive. I think it's $200 for essentially two sets of the Galadar terrain, but I don't believe that you get any of the scatter terrain that came with the kill team boxes. So if you're able to find uh, an Into the Dark box that's on sale, especially, I know over the holidays it seemed like lots of places you could get it as cheap as 150 bucks. And so you figure you're getting one set of the Galadar terrain, and you need two sets, but then you also get the Kroot kill team as well as the Imperial Navy breachers, who can be used in any Imperium force. It may be worth it to, if you can still find Into the Dark for cheap, go ahead, pick up two of those boxes, take the terrain, and then go ahead and either sell the kill teams out of the boxes to recoup some of your money. Or, if you happen to play both of those kill teams or armies that can use those models, you can, just go ahead and keep it. And then for, 300 USD, you got more terrain, models for your armies, and multiple poses and everything uh, from having two sets of the models. So if you wanted to keep it within the GW wheelhouse, that's how I would recommend doing it. Now, if you have access to a 3D printer, there are lots of great alternatives to this style of terrain that are out, or people are working on right now. Personally, there's a company called Dragon's Rest, I believe, 3D artist, and they do a set of terrain called Precinct Umbra, which is just the 3D print version of this, as well as files for like scaffolded buildings and whatnot. Because originally, I think the set was originally intended for Necromunda, and then as this Into the Dark Galadark terrain came out, they added add-on files to it. But it looks very, very similar to this, and it uses something in the 3D printing world called OpenLock, which is how it connects its walls together. So if you're into 3D printing, definitely give that a look. I know as far as MDF, TT Combat over in the UK just announced that they have a set of MDF terrain that will take the place of this. So there are numerous options that are popping up all over the place. If you didn't want to, spend money for the official plastic, but you still like the idea of spaceship combat because let's be honest, who doesn't? Even before all of this boarding action and everything for 40K, um, they had Zone Mortalis for the Horus Heresy game, which was a very similar concept. You were playing on a spaceship or some facility indoors, limited army and force organization rules, so that you could play sort of fast and furious games, and that was a lot of fun. So it's kind of cool to see them bringing that over from 30K over into the main 40K game. And then there are other games that I think you could use this terrain for and have fun. Like, I feel like Infinity, um, it would be a new way to sort of play the game. That would be a huge change up to how it normally works. Because normally you're playing like in open terrains and you're playing outside of buildings and you have cover and elevation and all that fun stuff. But if you took it indoors and maybe you restricted no tags, no motorcycles, that sort of thing, and you have to make sure you have lots of scattered terrain. You don't want tons of wide open spaces, but playing Infinity while taking the elevation aspect sort of out of it provides a new set of challenges for people to explore. I think that could be a lot of fun. You could also utilize this terrain with some of the skirmish, game sets that are kind of out there. So, what is it? Mantic has Firefight. This would be awesome to get a quick firefight table up and running. And also, there's some nifty little indie games where you could use this as well if your players were maybe assaulting some sort of research facility or something, or a ship. There's lots of uses for this terrain outside of Warhammer. So yeah, so once I get this all done and painted, I'm going to try my best to get it done within the next 2 weeks to completion. Then I really want to start filming some boarding action battle reports. So I was saying earlier, like 500 points. That's something where if I need to do a new paint project, um, it's not going to take me forever to get 500 points, painted. Plus, I do already have enough models, assembled and painted for 500 points for a handful of forces. So really, just having this terrain, I'd be able to crank out some videos real fast, and then over time, sort of add to the roster of available forces and get some content out. So probably what I would start with, I just very recently over the holidays, I was working on some Raven Guard Space Marines. I took from way back when the Shadow Spear box, took that, added some infiltrators to it. Actually, was it infiltrators or incursors? I can't remember. I always screw them up. But it's the unit that can take the medical gauntlet as well as the comms array. I think it's the infiltrators. So I painted up 2 full squads of those guys, 3 squads of eliminators. What else? I think a librarian, the one with the cloak, 2 lieutenants, one that I modeled with Ex Tenebris, the Raven Guard relic, sniper rifle, and then I think a Phobos captain, and also Shrike. I did Cave in Shrike. So yeah, so those guys, I've got enough minis painted to run a boarding patrol of them. Can also do a boarding patrol of Ultramarines right now. I've got a boarding patrol worth of Imperial Guard, or Astra Militarum, I'm sorry, that need to be painted. But I could get those cranked out. Actually, it's not the new Cadian models. Those need to be painted. But I do have like 60 of the old Mantic GCPS soldiers all painted up. So I could probably proxy those and run Imperial Guard. Let's see, what else do I have in the wings? Could probably do some Chaos Marines. I've got Dark Angels painted up. I could do some Firstborn. Dark Angels, do some Terminators, get some Deathwing action going on. That would actually be super easy to do. Also got some Grey Knights. Could do some Grey Knights. Some stuff that's not built that I've just got sent in the wings. Some Sisters of Battle. Some Custodes. What else? Got some Death Guard. Yeah, so if anybody has any ideas on what they'd like to see, definitely let me know. That'll help prioritize what gets painted first. Alright, that is all 4 sprues. All clip off, and this sprue is stuck on my equipment. Alright, so now we can clean some stuff up. Now going with that assembly line approach, even though everything in my brain is screaming at me to set down the razor and pick up my file, I am going to resist the urge and keep trucking through everything that needs the razor. Then we'll go back, we'll do everything that needs the file. Then we'll start gluing things. And it is actually nuts working with this much plastic at once. Like, there are plastic shavings everywhere, and it is bothering me.
Are you the source of the plastic shaving?
What are you talking about?
Are you the source?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Maybe next time, put a little music in the background. Huh? Yeah. I'm pretty sure nobody wants to watch me go struggle to make a decision on what music to play. Because, like, my inclination would be like, let's just find some rock music. Oh, yeah. No. Not like, you know, copyrighted music. I'd try to find some, okay. In the future, we might have to get you a microphone. Because right now it probably just looks like I'm talking to myself. Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, running out of space here. I think I already did that one. And one more door. So I'm thinking since we've fixed the connection stability issue, we've been going for like 48 minutes, and I feel like prior to that we were probably attempting to make it work for like an hour. So I think in 12 minutes we'll go ahead and stop, and that'll be even 2 hours for today. And then what I'll do is maybe sometime this week, kind of decide on a schedule, and then, uh, yeah, just kind of pick up from where we left off. Alright. And then these doorways I forgot to clip out. These braces. Cool. Alright, so that's all the clipping, that's all of the cutting. I like. Yeah, I really like. This can seem tedious when you're going through it, but it's worth it to make the end product look as nice as possible. Definitely not the glamorous side of the hobby, but needs to be done. And last one. Alright. And done with that. So, all the ones that have doorways, we'll go ahead and file down the insides. Doorway. Go over there. Right, there's that. So now, let's go ahead and glue those doors in. So I didn't realize I wasn't in the shot. I'm sorry? Oh, no. That was me having too much stuff in front of me. And another one. And last one. There we go. Alright, so the next order of business is to do the hinges, or I'm sorry, not the hinges, the columns. With certain columns do go with certain pieces, and it's actually, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. Okay, in that angle you can sort of see, like right here, there's an in cut, and that helps it slot into the specific pieces that it needs to slot into. So these are not the right ones. This one is. Yeah, so always, 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 always test fit before you glue. That will save you so much heartache. And last one of these. Now, for some reason, got an extra one of these, which it probably goes to something. Oh, no. It goes to you. Alright, and then let's go ahead and get the little greebles onto these. And last piece. Bam. Alright, well, I think that is enough for today. That's a little over 2 hours worth of work. And we managed to get through 4 sprues of these long walls. Still have some sanding and whatnot to do. But I'll go ahead and do that off camera, and then the next time we go ahead and stream, we'll pick up right where we left off and work on some of the other parts of the set. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, if you like the content here, subscribe. I'm also over on YouTube. We have some painting tutorials, some hobby tips, general commentary on wargaming. So you can also follow me over there. And then on Instagram, you can see pictures of all of my hobby progress as I go through. So hope to see you guys again in the future. And until then, keep slaying that gray. See you later.